Welcome to Absolute Trust Talk with your host, Kirsten Howe. Absolute Trust Talk brings you tips, tools, advice, and interviews to help you build a reliable knowledge base on estate planning, business, and finance to start preparing for your future today.
Hello and welcome to Absolute Trust Talk. I'm Kirsten Howe, the host of this episode, and I'm here with Nathan Jines of Jines Realty. My regular listeners will remember Nathan because he's been on the show before, but I wanted to have him back. And by the way, welcome, Nathan.
Hey, thanks for having me, Kirsten.
Oh, you're so welcome. I wanted to have him back because I want to kind of focus in more specifically on, seniors who are selling their homes, moving somewhere else for some reason, whether it's just purely downsizing or they want to live in a different climate or they want to live near grandchildren. There's a bunch of different reasons why people relocate as they age a little bit. And I just want to talk to Nathan about his experiences with that particular slice of his clients. Nathan, we are talking today about people who are relocating out of perhaps a home they've owned for many years because they want to. And in this episode, we're not trying to talk about people who need to move because they no longer can take care of themselves. They need to move into assisted living. They need to move into their child's home so the child can take care. That's a different conversation. And maybe you and I will also have that. We're talking about people who get to choose right now and they are choosing to move.
Yes, there are absolutely different considerations for people that are needing to make moves for medical reasons than those who are being able to move because they're moving on to an exciting part of their life in a new phase.
Right. And we can, at some point in the future, we probably will do an episode about the other group of folks. But just for clarity, we're kind of talking about people 55 and up who you could be 75 and still fall into this category. Your health is good and you want to make a change. You want to move on to a different kind of life. Or you could be 55 and have severe health problems and need to be in the other category. So today, people who are choosing to relocate later in life is our topic.
And if it ends up being in California, you have the opportunity to move your tax base, which is a big deal to give the freedom to people in that category.
Yeah, that's the good half of Prop 19. We like that half of Prop 19. That's not the one that I talk to people quite as much about. I talk about the bad half of Prop 19, but you get to talk about the good half. Okay, thank you for that. So Nathan, again, Jines Realty, he's a fantastic real estate agent. I've worked with his clients and boy, do they love him. And you're going to see why if you haven't already. Nathan, let's talk about people who, it's because the house is too big or they want to move near grandchildren or whatever it is, they're looking for something else. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking that they're moving into assisted living or independent living. They want to buy something else. What should they be thinking about in terms of, what they're looking for?
All right. Well, thanks, Kirsten. This is my favorite group of people to work with. And the cool thing about being 55 plus is that you don't have to move if you don't want to. You move because you want to move. And you're moving because it's going to create a lifestyle for you that is going to be where you want to enjoy the next phase of your life. And so that's exciting because first-time home buyers, they're trying to just scrap into our Bay Area to just
make it work somehow. Yeah.
To make it work, or you just have a baby and you need more space, or you have to think about the school. But the exciting thing about 55 plus is you have options now. You get maybe your kids are grown and maybe they're adults, maybe you've got grandkids, and now it's about you making a choice for something that is going to help you enjoy your life. Not just making it better for your kids, which there's nothing wrong with that, of course.
We've all done it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And so I think the first question that a person needs to think about is, what do they want their next phase of their life to look like? What excites them? And this can be a variety of answers for all kinds of people. There are folks that just like to be in their house. Maybe they call themselves a homebody, but they just like to spend the time in their house. They might like to enjoy views, and they might want to be in a place with a view and a place where they're going to walk a couple of blocks around where they live. And that's what excites them. Some folks, it's architecture. So I have plenty of clients that are enjoying, an architectural beauty of a Mediterranean or Tudor style home built in the 1930s in Berkeley. And they love the architecture. They love the views. They love the lifestyle that house affords them. For others, their motivation might be, I want to be near my grandkids. I want to be near them. I want to spend time with them. I want to see them every day. And that's what I want the next phase of my life to be like. So what they're looking for is proximity to their grandkids. Yeah, I was just telling you about earlier a client who moved to Texas, and they wanted to move to Texas to be near their kids. And so they had the opportunity to go out. I referred them to a realtor broker out in Texas that specialized in the area that they were thinking about moving to. They were able to travel out there a few different times and get an experience of what it would be like and how the situation would look being next to their kids and grandkids. And they ended up buying a large piece of land with a house on it, and they built this barn dominium, which I didn't even know such a thing existed, but it's a thing in Texas. And it's basically, we would call
convert a barn into a living space.
Yes. Or in this case, they
build it as a barn. Okay.
Yeah. And like here we would call it an ADU, but they're so big. They're so big that it's like another house.
Because they got more space.
Yeah. But it qualifies as a barn, but it has all of the features of, kitchen and all of these things. So
that's interesting. That might be a zoning thing too.
Yeah, most definitely.
If you call it a barn, you can do it.
Yes, it most definitely was that. So I just think that for the person who's 55 plus to begin to think about what they want the next phase of their life to look like, what gets them excited. You don't have to move anymore because you had one more kid. You don't have to move because for any reason. So you should only move because that next phase of your life and what it will look like and what that lifestyle change will afford you is exciting to you.
Sure. And the people who are, let's just focus for a minute on that example of they're moving far away. These people moved from California to Texas. So that sounds stressful. That sounds like a big project. How do you make that easier for your clients?
Well, thanks for asking, Kirsten. I think that just exploring and understanding that I don't come in as an advisor. Life and moving is stressful enough, let alone some professional trying to impede stress upon your life because of something that has to happen. I enjoy, meeting with folks and helping them explore what's right for them. So without the pressure of needing to make a decision right away, because it's a big decision. It's a huge decision. Sometimes people have already come to me after they've come a distance in that decision, and sometimes they're just beginning to think about it. Mm-hmm. But for them to be able to go and visit where it is that they're thinking about moving to, helping them get connected with a professional there, if they choose, within the Keller Williams network, because it's a large one, and just to begin to get a look at a few different homes out in that location can at least get them thinking in the direction of what would life be like there. If they're open to it, I always recommend it. Go and rent an Airbnb wherever it is that you are thinking about moving to, even if it's local. And I told this to somebody a couple of days ago. I said, I know you live in Berkeley, but think about just making an Airbnb, because they were torn between, do they want to live more of the city lifestyle and be more like in Rockridge and near the shops? Or do they want to be, they still have young kids, or do they want to be in Lafayette and have a little bit more of the suburban lifestyle and where, most of the enjoyment's on the property? And so even going in Airbnb at a place can help you.
Yeah, test it out and pretend you live there already. Yeah,
exactly. And if you're still working, it's like, hey, what's your commute going to be like? I had somebody that just moved to San Jose from Berkeley, and it's like his commute, he's still working, and they're calling everybody back into the office at his job at a very prominent technology company. And he's tired of making that hour and a half drive. The lifestyle is going to afford them by moving down to San Jose.
Closer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So people who have to, they've made the decision, we are going to move.
Mhm.
Now, what kind of advice would you have for people in terms of getting out of, not focused on where are we going, but how are we going to get out of this place? That to me feels like the most daunting part.
Yes, it is. Well, thankfully, you don't have to do it alone. Some folks want to, but a lot of times your kids might be busy if you have adult children and they don't necessarily want to help empty out your house. Maybe you're blessed and they do, but we have all kinds of specialists. There's haulers that will come in like an army, pack up everything that you want to be packed up and take it to wherever it needs to be donated or put in a storage or put in a pod, whatever it is that you want to do. And then someone that might be a little bit further along in their stage of life, they might just need one person to come and help them slowly and methodically go through their things and help them decide what they could keep and what they could donate. I have widows that I work with that are like this. And I have a great lady on my team named Allison, and she will go and she will just sit with them and help them go through things and help them get through the process of, decluttering and deciding what to keep and not keep. We also have a moving truck that our company owns that will park it in front and they can fill it up full of stuff and we can drive it out to, or they can drive it. We can rent it out to them. They can use it and they can use it to move stuff around and get things where they need to be.
Where they need to go.
Thank you for joining us today for another episode of Absolute Trust Talk Live. If you enjoyed listening in, then don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you may listen by searching Absolute Trust Talk. While you're there, we would also love for you to leave us a review. And then why not share your favorite episodes with family, friends, or colleagues too? You can find all of our shows and corresponding show notes by visiting absolutetrustcouncil.com. You'll also find a variety of other free resources, including our ebooks, videos, blogs, presentations, and more. If you need help with your estate planning or administration, we also offer a free discovery call to help get the process started. You can find more information on booking your session by visiting absolutetrustcouncil.com/scheduling. If you join us for the broadcast, you can submit questions during the show. But if not, don't worry. You can always get in touch with us by sending a quick message to info@absolutetrustcouncil.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you soon.
This podcast is not meant to take the place of legal advice from an attorney and does not create an attorney-client relationship. If you do have a legal question or issue, please consult with an attorney.